Hayes. Brandon is Courtney's brother, and he is married to one of our bridesmaids, Tara. When Brandon was younger, he taught Courtney self-defense. Well, he didn't really teach Courtney self-defense. Instead, he practiced his Hulk Hogan moves on Courtney, and she learned to run away. But now, Courtney is quite proud of Brandon, who served his country honorably in Afghanistan for a year with the Army National Guard. Ross is Courtney's little brother. And he has a wonderful girlfriend of 5 years, Allison. When Ross was born, he arrived 2 weeks past his due date. Ross has never been late to anything since. When they were younger, each morning before school, Ross would do a countdown so that everyone in the house would leave for school on schedule. And you're never late. Good. Now that Ross is out of school, though, he is a drug dealer. Well, he actually works in pharmaceuticals. Say hello once again to Brandon and Ross. Our next ushers are Michael Cross and David Deach. They will soon be expecting a new baby in their household. Dave is a miniature war gamer, or better known as a nerd. He paints little figurines and has even attended a war gaming convention. Dave claims war gaming is a gentleman's game, unlike Dungeons and Dragons, which is for children. And by the way, he has a tattoo on his butt that says "Made in Korea." Michael is married to his wife Heather, and they also have a little one on the way. Michael is also a nerd. He loves Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and has an enormous comic book collection. When Michael saw the sonogram of his daughter, he said his soon-to-be little girl looked like a cyborg. Needless to say, his Princess Leia, Heather, was not impressed. Let's hear it for our lovable nerds, David and Michael. And now, our wedding party. First, Emily Rusk and Patrick Kane. Emily is originally from the big town of Noble, Illinois. And she is married to a great guy, Kyle. They have a beautiful daughter, Rayleigh. Emily and Courtney became friends at Olney Central College and then roommates at Eastern Illinois University, where Emily taught Courtney how to clean a bathroom, cook a great meal, take study breaks, and drink Malibu rum. Pat is happily married to his wife, Patty, and they have 2 sons. And according to Brad, Pat is very, very, very old. Brad and Pat first got to know each other through their jobs at Archer Daniel Midland, but were not really friends until Pat, in frustration, said a quote from one of Brad's life-changing movies, Spaceballs.
We're not just doing this for money, we're doing it for a load of money.
Yes, Spaceballs brought these two together. Let's hear it for Emily and Pat. Next comes Stacy Berger and Jeremy Petroni. Has a husband, Matt, and 2 great boys, Lane and Logan. Stacy and Courtney became friends after college when they would have a night out around the town in Newton. They could regularly be found at the KC Hall at night and in their beds miserable the next morning. Stacy also helped to keep Courtney in line by keeping Courtney's important events in her calendar so Courtney will not forget them. Jeremy, better known as Jones, has been friends with Brad since 5th grade. Jones has a heart of gold, which was apparent when Brad's dog Toby died, and Jones cried more than he did. Jones is also the person who introduced Brad to beer, for which Brad says he will be forever grateful. Give it up for Stacy and Jones. Next, we have Tara McKinney and Dr. Charles Sizemore. Tara is Courtney's sister-in-law, and she's married to Brandon. And in July, they will hear the wonderful sound of a new baby in their household. Tara will be an amazing mom as she is very nurturing as a nurse. She can also be quite nurturing to her husband Brandon after he has a few too many adult beverages at one of his birthday celebrations. Dr. Charles Sizemore is a chemist, and he is married to another doctor, Becky. They are the proud parents of a black lab named Nacho. Chuck has been a wonderful friend of Brad since childhood, where Chuck had the best He-Man collection in the neighborhood. The first time Courtney met Dr. Chuck was at a porch party where he was wearing a kilt a la carte. That evening, Courtney ended up autographing Charles bare bottom. Say hello once again to Tara and Chuck. Next we have our matron of honor, Amanda Leslie, and best man, Dr. Tim Glenn. Amanda is Courtney's sister, and she is happily married to her husband, Brett. And Amanda talks a lot. She's also a little crazy when it comes to board games, as she is extremely competitive. According to Courtney, Amanda has always been there when she needed her, and Amanda helps her see what is truly important in life, despite being a nut on family game night. Dr. Tim Glenn, also known as Tex, is married to a wonderful woman, Kim. Tex and Brad have been friends since the 5th grade, and in junior high, they can often be found repeatedly watching the classic comedy Spaceballs. Tim also takes a lot of abuse from Brad. Brad has repeatedly tripped him, tackled him, and on Tim's 30th birthday, Brad broke both of Tim's wrists. So Tim, in the future, may the Schwartz be with you! Once again, show your love for Amanda and Tim. Cheerleader.